Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and my guests today are from Gems of Hope. And if you've never heard of that organization, we're going to find out a little bit more about it in the Hope Blooms campaign. With me is Jen Neumann. Jen is the honorary chair for the Hope Blooms campaign. Welcome, Jen.
Thank you, and thank you for having us today.
Nice to see you. And also from Gems of Hope, Kaytee Rairdin. Kaytee, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Before we talk specifically about the campaign and your connection to, in particular, your connection to Gems of Hope, Jen. Kaytee, for those who aren't familiar with the organization, it's a unique story of how one person can create a way for thousands of people to have hope. And so tell us a little bit about how the organization came together.
Yeah, so we started in 2005. Three best friends got together after Sheila Harmon was diagnosed with cancer. Her daughter, Tori, started leaving notes around their home to inspire hope and to encourage her mother. And through that, Sheila realized that this is really important, that all cancer patients need to have that kind of support. And so Cindy Sale and Beth Hamill, Sheila, got together, started this organization in 2005, and our mission is to inspire hope in cancer patients themselves, their families, also the people supporting them in the healthcare aspect as well. You know, it takes a village to journey through a cancer diagnosis, so that's where we're at.
One of your big projects is the Hope Blooms campaign that we'll be talking about, but you have some ongoing support programs that you do for cancer patients that run all the time.
Yes, so our bread and butter is our Gifts of Hope, which are volunteer-made cards. Gifts of Hope are given out in 13 locations this far, and we're able to inspire hope through a physical representation. You know, we have a volunteer force of hundreds, and they all get to take a piece of that and put it together. So the finished product you get at the end could have 10 volunteers behind it, picking out the card and putting it together, putting the earrings or the inspirational messages, and it's a physical representation of that hope, which we think is really awesome.
So the idea is that any cancer patient, regardless of whether they've got a lot of support at home, a lot of personal faith, whatever their situation is, they get a little message that somebody cares.
Yes, exactly.
And Jen, you have a personal connection to the organization. Tell me your story.
I do, and through talking with Sarah and doing some work with the organization, I shared my story of my mother who is diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer and is in hospice. And I tell people all the time, it's not the days to live hospice, it's the manage your symptoms before they manage you kind of hospice. So the most important aspect of her quality of life right now and her immediate future is hope. If she doesn't have hope, then I think she would dwindle very quickly. Hope keeps her alive. And I said when we were talking about this and doing a write-up for it, we don't have hope that mom is going to live a long life at this point. That's not our hope. Our hope is that she makes it to the next milestone. She makes it to maybe a graduation. She gets to see friends and spend time with them and spend time with loved ones. And I just can't even articulate how important hope is to somebody who is going through that cancer journey. And hope means different things to different people. So that's what's most important here with this Blooms of Hope sale, is that we generate more hope and support for people going through the journey and the people in their lives as well who also need that support. But we bring that to people. It's incredibly important.
The Hope Blooms is, am I correct? It's both a programming service, but also a fundraiser, yes?
Yes, yep. So we are able to both do a fundraising sale where people can purchase daffodils, but also have an outreach aspect of it where people can purchase a animal hug. This year's mascot is a koala. Their name is Carrie.
It's so cute.
Super cute, and I'm bummed I forgot it. Sorry. They can purchase Carrie, and they can have that anonymously donated to a child impacted by cancer. the university is one of our biggest supporters for that specific one. And then also a bouquet of hope that can go to a cancer patient receiving treatment in the corridor. So we've delivered them Iowa City and obviously the hospitals here in Cedar Rapids. So they have that outreach aspect too, which is really cool.
How many daffodils and bears do you think are going to go out through the course of this?
Well, that's
1 million.
Yes,
1 million.
I mean the hope is all of them on this planet Earth. But last year we were able to sell and donate over 700. So
And
we had
that was in the midst of COVID too.
That was in the midst of COVID, and we actually had to be very strategic about when and how we dropped them off. But we were able to inspire hope specifically for kids in the hospitals, and then for patients in the corridor with those donated gifts.
So so if you purchase, say, daffodils, for example, now is the idea that is just something that goes to a cancer patient, or could I buy some daffodils to brighten up my house because it's colder than heck outside and I need some springtime?
Yes, absolutely. You can purchase them for yourself. You can also purchase a koala for yourself as well if you want to.
I might need a koala hug.
Yes, they are fabulous and really soft and squishy. Truly, you won't regret it. So yeah, you can purchase daffodils for yourself, and then if you want to, pay it forward, purchase for somebody else,
Sure.
and it's donated directly to them anonymously.
Is it, so we've got the koalas, we've got the daffodils. Are there different, I don't want to say sizes, bouquet sizes, price levels? I mean, is it just one size fits all, or is it different?
We have a different options. So you can do a $10 bunch, which is the 10 daffodils. You can do daffodils in a vase, which is 15, and you get a gorgeous green or purple or blue vase, depending on, unfortunately, what COVID decides to allow us. You can also purchase mini daffodils, which are the bulbs themselves. So you can plant those directly in the ground. Yep. So those, that has a payoff, for springs to come. And we also have, for a higher price point, for $75, you can purchase a sunshine bouquet, which is a whole bunch of daffodils, and they're put together by one of our board members and her team. She does a fabulous job of creating this beautiful display in a big old glass globe. It's just incredible. So if you want to buy one of those for your office and stick it in your front room, I mean, and they smell amazing. And every year we also do a note card. This year, our note card artist, her name is Jen Neumann. She actually is the winner from our art contest from last year. We hold an art contest every year for the note card itself. So currently we're running one if people want to enter. And she is a nurse. She works in the psychology field. She's absolutely fabulous. It's a watercolor this year. You can take a look at it on our website. They're only $10, and you can purchase those online, or you can purchase them through our actual physical order forms.
Now, if the idea of buying daffodils sounds familiar to you, it's because there was a national organization did a daffodil thing for years and years and years, and that ended, and you all picked that up.
We sure did. When the American Cancer Society ended their daffodil days, we had the opportunity to step in and kind of, they passed on the torch to us. Beth Hamill was actually a part of the daffodil days, so she had a direct connection to it, and she recognized that this was really important. We needed to keep doing this. So Gems of Hope was like, we'll do it. And here we are. This is our 9th campaign. We're staring down a troubling and kind of hard period of life right now. But through all of that, we've been able to sustain and grow this particular fundraiser because people believe in the concept of hope and they love a beautiful daffodil.
Jen, as you said, you're in the middle of, a really tough part of this journey. It's possible there's somebody who's listening or watching today who, maybe just got a diagnosis or just, someone close to them did. What would you say to somebody who has, just gotten this news?
Right. And that is an incredibly tough message to receive. I remember being with my mom when she received sort of the worst part of her diagnosis and as she absorbed that information. Regardless of the daffodil sale, I would say that you never give up hope, that you always think about what's next on your horizon, even though your horizon may be closer. or your journey may be really tough ahead of you, that hope will light that way. And I was thinking about, as Kaytee talked about, we're kind of entering yet another phase in the pandemic, right? And our healthcare system is so stretched, so thin. So we have healthcare workers who are kind of at their limit. We have people who have cancer diagnoses who are wondering what their treatment might look like. And I just think right now, like a daffodil is a really beautiful sign of something that is yet to come and that can be beautiful and meaningful in people's life. And I don't know that this could be timed better right now, that we're starting this daffodil sale, and that these are going to land on people's doorsteps. And not really, you have to pick them up or get them delivered. Yeah, let's be clear there.
Yeah,
but
they don't actually just show up on your doorstep.
So
That would be incredible.
But if people can find those things that mean hope and keep that in their forefront and what they're thinking about at the moment, that is how you get through this type of diagnosis or this type of journey. I tell my mom a lot because she worries a lot about the future. She worries about what happens when she's gone. And I say, all we can do is put one foot in front of the other right now. And that is how you get through this, is one foot in front of the other. You can even break it down. It doesn't even have to be one day at a time. It can be 1 hour at a time, one appointment at a time. But just focus on what's in front of you and hold out that hope. Even if you have to fake it a little bit to get there, it's there.
Gems of Hope, Hope Blooms campaign is going on now. Kaytee, if somebody wants to learn more or order themselves or their or a family member or somebody they know, or I'll just toss this out there, some daffodils delivered to the floor of a local healthcare operation would probably be greatly appreciated by overworked staff. Can they do that from your website?
They sure can. If you go to gemsofhope.org, there's a big old banner right on our front page. You click through that and you can access all of the products that we have available, as well as learn more about Hope Blooms and take a look at our other programming as well.
Kaytee and Jen, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you so much.
Again, the Hope Blooms campaign, gemsofhope.org. You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio many weekdays at 10:20, or download the podcast, watch or listen on your own schedule at kcck.org/culture, or using your favorite podcast app. I'm Dennis Green, and I'll talk to you later.